Sunday. We're on episode 7.
Is it 7 or 8? I sent the email as 8. I wasn't sure.
We're on an episode. We're on another episode.
another episode.
John, what are you doing over there?
Dude,
you good?
He doesn't do. Why do you still ask this guy questions about what he's doing, man?
I do it actually intentionally to fuck with you people.
You people? What do you mean, you people?
He looks like he just went like pheasant hunting or something. He's like, what is this light you have on? You have like a Coleman, like 8550 work light on your face?
I just watched the Heaven's Gates documentary, so I'm ready for Haley's comment.
Documentary is what he says. Not documentary, but documentary.
Guy goes to Italy one time.
Zach, who do you have next? Who do you have next to you, Zach?
We were gonna wait until John could get Marty Jannetty on the show, but I had to do Chris Porter's podcast today, the 1 millionth podcast, which is the name of it. I'm not making fun of it. And he was here, and we're gonna go to dinner with our friend Brad. So I just set him next to me.
Hello. So you were kind of obligated to do this, Chris. Is that what I'm gathering?
Or
it's either that or sit over there off camera and watch it.
And you hear some strange dude laughing in the background of the podcast.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
It'd be great.
Chris, we're excited to have you.
Never announced that Chris was doing this. Just have him like chiming in the background.
Just never even mention that he's here. Which is great. What did you do this weekend, John?
Lots of yard work. And then today was kind of shitty.
You're always doing yard work.
How fast does your yard grow?
Yeah.
Well, it's 3 acres, so there's always tree branches and stuff like that. I'm getting a bunch of soil dropped off where I can kind of level out some of the holes and where the bodies are buried.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you got to keep that. If the people see too many lumps, they get suspicious.
Yeah, and then I watched the new Paradise City. It came out.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to watch it.
Yeah,
incredible.
Is it good?
Yeah, and I don't like Black Veil Brides guy, but it's a really addicting. I watched all 8 episodes today.
Blabbermouth, here we come.
Well, I just don't like him. I don't like the band, but I love him in the show.
All right, Paul,
Zach, what'd you do this weekend?
I went to Chris Porter's house on Friday. I hung out with him and his sister Andy.
We watched Dateline. Yep.
We ordered a pizza place called an LA pizza place called Fresh Bros, which was pizza was all right.
Yeah,
but they have these thing called, what are they called?
Sweet knots.
Sweet knots. They're basically like cinnamon, like garlic knots.
Like a garlic knot. Okay,
but they're like cinnamon rolls.
Oh,
the devil, dude!
That's date.
What did you say?
I call them sweet knots. My testicles.
If he could record his own audio, we would be able to laugh at his jokes more because we'd hear him the first time.
We could laugh him on time. Yes, absolutely.
I also can never tell if he's actually paying attention to the podcast or if he's playing Xbox.
He's for sure not.
Just looking off.
Right? I'm actually doing the Jaguar right now in the video.
He's for sure not paying attention to the podcast. If you ever watch, he'll just come in with the most random things you've ever heard of. Like last week, he posed the question, how does a normal run-of-the-mill orgy start outside of pornography?
Oh, you're all just sitting in a room. It gets quiet, and someone goes, "Oh, so are we fucking?"
Yeah, that's basically what
I'm glad we finally got clarification on how that starts.
Yeah.
You gonna do this?
My whole thing was like, I get that you have to get from one place to the other, but what movie are you watching where you're kind of like, is it like a Eyes Wide Shut, or are we watching like Godfather Part 2?
It's like Dude, Where's My Car? You want to keep it light.
It's like Godzilla Part 2.
Like we're watching Scream 3 and Anaconda. You know what, man? I'm ready to get into town.
Pearl Harbor. You just wait till Affleck comes back, and then it's right into it.
After that boxing fight on the bow of the ship, I've never been harder in my life.
And this is once again another week where we don't have any sponsors because of John.
I'm really surprised by this, to be honest with you.
John's going to have to start a company, make revenue, and sponsor us because he's the reason that we never get sponsors. So I can't wait for this, which is going to be great. Paul, what'd you do this weekend?
Oh, boy. I just got back from a baseball game, and I'm not going to waste any time. I have to tell you the most frustrating goddamn thing ever.
Cool.
They don't even sell peanuts anymore at baseball games. You realize that?
Because kids die.
Oh, because peanut allergies exist. So now we can't sell fucking peanuts.
Listen, I think peanut allergies I think that's God's way of weeding out the weak.
Yes.
That's
so
my personal opinion.
here's my question though, okay? If you have a fucking grass allergy, does that mean they're going to take off the fucking grass because of you?
Maybe ask them.
I hate 2021. I hate all the culture.
So was it like a COVID thing? They weren't selling any food, or were they no peanuts?
No, they're selling food. It's like it's spring training game. You could bring your own snacks in and stuff and whatnot. And we tried bringing in a bag of peanuts. Oh no, nothing with nuts can be brought in.
Hold on. You didn't try to buy them. You couldn't bring them in yourself.
You couldn't even bring in your own fucking peanuts, man.
Dude, that's
because peanut allergies are a thing.
They weren't a thing when we were kids.
Guess what, motherfucker? You don't get to go to a baseball game. Like, that sucks to suck, idiot. Watch it at home.
Here's the thing. Way more people want to go see baseball games than people have peanut allergies.
Yes. Watch it at home if you want to watch baseball and you have
we were
peanut
kids,
allergy.
peanut allergies didn't exist. Timmy just died and no one knew why.
Yeah, but also I feel the same way about them putting the netting all around the field now. It's like the kids used to have their heads up.
Yeah, pay attention to the baseball game.
Yeah.
Now everybody's on their phones, and now baseballs are bouncing off their faces, and now I don't get a foul ball because Karen was checking Facebook.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't listen. If you get hit in the face with a tire at a NASCAR race, if you get, you know what I mean, like you get hit in the face with a baseball, hockey puck, you deserve. Listen, pay attention to the game.
But also, you should get to keep the tire.
You probably do get to keep the tire, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. There's a difference in being able to go to the game, to me, as far as I'm concerned, and then not be able to buy peanuts. They don't sell peanuts. That's one thing. It's still stupid, but the fact that you can't bring them to an outdoor baseball game.
Correct.
Peanuts.
Correct.
Dude.
Where you already have COVID guidelines, so you're already far away from everybody around you.
Dude, peanuts only kill kids named Tyler.
100%.
Fuck Tyler. Fuck
100%.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, that's something that dude, here's the thing, man. Like, I can be very socially liberal about a lot of things.
Sexually liberal too.
Except toilet paper. And how my wife decides to put it on the thing.
Your wife's a terrorist.
She 100%.
She puts it on backwards.
Even the patent for toilet paper has the thing going over. But here's my issue with that. We gotta start weeding out the weak, man.
Yep.
We play to the strength of the weakest player on the team. Stupid. And that is, like, to me, not how you run a society, because then the whole society gets weak, as far as I'm concerned.
It's like having sports with no scores.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we're all winners here, guys.
No, you're not.
No.
You're a loser, and you don't get to go to Pizza Hut with Donnie and his dad, which is what had to happen to me when I was a kid, because I would lose at baseball games, and now I don't get Pizza Hut. And I'm not scarred about it at all, and I don't even really want to talk about it anymore.
It's a sensitive subject.
That being said, the Pizza Hut set to arrive in 45 minutes.
Perfect.
So once again, it's Los Angeles time. I'm still in Los Angeles. I would like to tell you guys a story about Los Angeles, and I got permission to tell this. You guys have both worked for us for a while. You know, Eric has his issues with, anxiety and suffers from depression, all those things. So
sure.
He hasn't been away from home in about a year and almost a year and a half. So when he came out here, Brent was like, you know what, man, I'm going to go buy him some edibles. I was like, I'm going to go buy him edibles. He's like, and also Brent was like, I've never been in a dispensary. He's like, I wanted to go into a dispensary. So Brent doesn't do anything either. Brent's as sober as I am.
I have a vision of Brent Smith walking into a dispensary
and buying everything for no reason.
Y'all got weed? Yeah, no. Price is no object. Give me whatever you got. Like,
hey, what's the best weed?
What's
Matt walks in there and goes, look to your left, look to your right, make a line. Everyone make a line.
Now shake the person's hand next to you.
There's just a bunch of dudes stoned out of their minds in there, being like, "Yo, this prophet walked into the dispensary today."
He parted the weed sea.
Like, get this man from African Queen. God damn it, he's a psycho.
His haircut looked like Lloyd Christmas. He just came in, he was talking to people, wasn't sure what was going on. So, okay. So anyway, yeah, I would actually like to see Brent in a dispensary as well. So he goes in and he gets Eric some 5 milligram gummies. And I happen to have a weed expert next to me. What's the mellow strain of weed?
Indica.
Okay. So they're that, which is also a tribe, I believe. I'm not sure. But, so Eric one night takes one. Okay. The next morning, we all ride to the studio together every day. The next morning comes down and goes, "Hey, are you guys fucking with me?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, the room service people called me last night and said, we're sending you up a gift. And it was a creme brulee. I have a picture. I'll send it to JR. You can put it in here. And it said, hope your surgery went well. Here's a treat on us, Eric Bass. So Brent and I, of course, assume there's someone else here named Bass.
Yeah.
But there's nobody staying here. Like the hotel's at like 10% capacity or whatever. So we check to see if there's another Bass there. There's not.
Not even a salmon or a trout.
No fish names. No fish names whatsoever. Okay.
Not even a carp.
Not even a carp. Not even Ed Carp. So next thing you know, he goes, yeah. So, and then he starts going, okay, well, I woke up and my door, he always latches his door. Always.
Yeah.
So he's asking the lady, he's like, hey, this isn't for me. And she's like, no, it's 100% for you. Your room, room number and name. Like they had everything right. So we hope your surgery went well. So he said he woke up the next morning, the night before, and his door, the same night that he got the thing, his door wasn't latched. He always latches his door. 15 years of touring, he latches the door. So he somehow thinks that maybe he went downstairs high, like asleep, like an Ambien trip. And Chris is going,
Not on 5 milligrams.
I was going to say, we'll talk about this in a minute.
So he thinks that he went downstairs and possibly there's a scenario where possibly he told the people, like he was walking really slow, and possibly just told the ladies at the front desk that he had surgery. What? And they sent him up a creme brulee and said, congratulations on your surgery, or hope your surgery went well. Oh, he's still freaked out by that. He's so freaked out by it, by the way. The next night, every piece of furniture, we're saying at the Four Seasons, every piece of furniture in this hotel weighs 500 fucking pounds. He moved the couch, this couch, in front of the door.
In all fairness, if anybody can do it, it's Eric
he's
Bass.
really strong. But he was so worried that that's what he did. And then, by the way, he left his keys at the studio, and that even furthered the notion that he just tripped his balls off and maybe went driving just high.
How does all this happen?
But he moved his couch in front of his door to make sure it didn't happen. And I go, hey, what happened when you woke up the next day? He's like, the couch was still there. The door was locked.
I want to know what gummies these are because I want some.
Okay, so
I'll take some of the time travels.
Yeah.
Do you have some of the time travels?
So, Chris, maybe you can like 5 milligrams is not a lot.
No, it's
edibles.
like a nudge. It's like,
so I take, to put this into retrospect, I am not a consumer of a lot of things. I don't drink or anything, but my tolerance is pretty high. So I do take edibles to help me sleep and with my anxiety. I have to take about 40 to 45 milligrams just to feel anything.
You have to take 45 milligrams of a gummy to go to sleep?
But
so 5 milligrams
but it's the best sleep.
Nothing.
Is he a vampire? Are you a vampire?
You froze again.
I don't know what happened.
No, that was the gummies taking over.
I think I was on a gummy. Paul just froze up.
Hey, to go back, I think a great cover band would be the Indica Girls. And it's like an all girls, they're all stoners. And they just do like reggae, like 90s pop songs.
The Indica Girls.
And they only play like half the song, and then they look at each other and stop.
And then forget what song they were playing.
And then forget who they go, what. Every song ends with them going, what?
The encore is just scissoring.
Oh my God.
That took a turn. That took a weird turn.
It always takes a turn when it comes to John.
When it's John,
Always.
dude. That's what it does. It takes a turn. That might have to get edited. We already have so much toxic masculinity on our.
It could be all guys.
Okay, so Paul, you live in a West Coast city.
Yes.
Which city does he live in?
He lives in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Arizona.
Well, there's no coast at the desert.
That's true. No, so I'm originally from Northern California, though.
Oh, okay.
But you still live in a west city. Like so. I have
in the
some,
Southwest.
I have some more facts about California.
Oh, okay.
In case you weren't ready. 1 in every 8 residents of the United States lives in California.
Hey, I'm one of those.
The Hollywood Bowl is actually the largest outdoor amphitheater. I didn't know. I thought that didn't seem real because we've played places that feel way bigger than
small,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, in 1942, the second worst fast food place of all time was invented, second to Jack in the Box, called In-N-Out.
Stop.
In-N-Out Burger, which is tastes like if I just put a little bit of ketchup on this paper and ate it.
First off, I thought the second worst was the beef bowl place, Yoshinoya.
Yoshinoya is also terrible. Wiener Schnitzel. I like Wiener Schnitzel. What? So you like In-N-Out? That was my question.
Being a native from California, I love In-N-Out.
But it's bad.
Now, hold on. Now, I loved In-N-Out. They used to, Segura says it best, they just serve you your shame just straight up. If you're getting it in your car, you're eating it just open face.
Open
now,
box.
Real quick. You used to be able to get as many patties and as many pieces of cheese you wanted.
Yes.
So
why would you want more gross shit?
Listen,
you could call it like the 4x4.
We had So we had a burger eating contest when I was 16. Dude, 10 by 10.
You did a 10 by 10?
10 by 10.
That had to be like this high.
So you know how they give you the bag and they put your burger in the little bag? They ripped open the top part of a fucking actual bag and they just dropped it down in the bottom of the bag. Needless to say, I ate the whole damn thing, and I had like 4 refills of lemonade just to get it down. But I did it.
The only good thing in In-N-Out is the pink lemonade.
And now they don't serve. You can't do that anymore.
You can't get 10 by 10s anymore?
You can't do the 10 by 10 anymore?
You can only go up to 4.
But they kill somebody?
Probably.
Like some guy went 9 by 9 and then he
not this guy.
This guy. What? John, you've had In-N-Out before. What's your thoughts?
I don't know. Like, I guess my follow-up question would be, why do you hate it so much? Maybe that will help me decide why.
I think the hype surrounding it.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's kind of like when people say, like, they talk about me and the Eric Clapton thing, right? Like the truth is, I don't despise Eric Clapton as much as people think. I just don't think he belongs on the Mount Rushmore of guitar players that everybody puts him on, right? So for me, shut up, John. Stop. There was a joke coming that we were going to have to cut out. I know for a fact. I think In-N-Out, like every time anyone's on the West Coast at all, they take a picture of the cup and they're like, oh my God, had to. So couldn't leave. I couldn't leave without it. I had to. It was calling me. This terrible, worst French fries in the history of ever, dude.
No.
I would rather eat stale potato chips than those French fries. They're the worst fries. Dude, how can you argue that? Those are the worst French fries of all time.
As soon as we're done with this podcast, I'm going to get In-N-Out now.
The worst French fries of all time. John, sorry. I interrupted
John,
you.
let's hear it.
Well, I mean, I don't mind it per se, but I was just saying when Zach took me to A&W, I had never gone. This was like 2 years ago, but I really liked that. I really liked the burger there.
There's nothing else around.
Right, but like I don't know what I think of my worst fast. I don't know if I can name a worst place because I don't. I mean, there's Wendy's. I think Wendy's is near the top. Wendy's, McDonald's. You know what you're gonna get, and then at the bottom. See, man, I hate Crystal.
Crystal sucks. White Castle sucks.
See, I just don't like those type of burgers. In-N-Out probably.
Sucks.
In-N-Out is probably the Never-Ending Story 2, Part 2 of like fantasy, like burgers. Like it's not as good as the original, but people still watch it out of pity, and they like that.
It's Teen Wolf 2 for a burger. It's the Teen Wolf 2 of burgers.
100%.
Yeah.
I would take, I mean, I just don't, I think it doesn't live up to the hype. I don't understand what the hype is, but I would take an In-N-Out over McDonald's.
No.
For sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Just the burger, not the fries, but the burger 100%.
I wish the fries were a little crispier. That's my only gripe.
Or had flavor
seasoned in
of any
facet.
sort.
Yeah.
Throw some salt on them and you're good.
But
Dude,
what?
you put salt on.
I paid you to give me food. You salt it.
Yeah.
You salt.
I gave you 100% of the money. You do 100% of the job.
Yeah.
Dude, you could put salt on that Misfits picture behind you and it would taste better than those fries. Terrible, dude. It is the worst. I had it and I was like, you know what? Every time I come here, I'm like, I'm going to give it a shot. Because I'm a fat burger guy. I enjoy fat burger
all day.
I love fat burger is good. Don't get me wrong.
I love a fat burger. As far as fast food goes, and you know another chain that I don't get, and I'm not going to be allowed back in Texas. I don't think Waterburger is that great.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like Whataburger.
I don't think it's that great.
I don't understand what the. Yeah, it's fine, but I don't understand why I got to go every time.
Spicy ketchup is great. Now, real quick, Zach, I know you're a shake guy. Do you like the Neapolitan shakes at In-N-Out?
Shake weights. He's more into shake weights.
I don't like any. Me and John are very much against ice cream machine shakes.
Oh, the soft serve.
Yeah, soft serve shakes.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Those are.
But
gross.
you know what?
Worst part of the founder.
Yes. The worst part of the founder. Exactly. So here's the thing though. Fat Burger has real shakes and I don't like those. But they're made with a certain ice cream that it's got one thing in it that I don't like. It's kind of like, there's something about when I get like Applewood smoked bacon at a restaurant. I don't like the flavor. Something about, there's something in it.
Just tell me everything you don't like, Zach.
No,
listen.
I love lots of things.
He doesn't like In-N-Out.
Yep.
He doesn't like Applewood smoked bacon, and he doesn't like Jewish people. Everyone knows it.
I actually happen to love Jewish people. Happy Passover, by the way, everybody.
Happy Passover.
Happy Passover.
Love it.
I grew up in Kansas, which is a Passover state.
Yes.
No, that's a
flyover state.
That's my
same
bad.
thing.
Flyover.
Actually, Chris's sister was here and was going to a Passover thing today, right?
Yeah. She's going to a Seder.
A Seder, yeah. So, Chris was joking about that. Clearly,
Yeah.
people.
No, he loves the Jews.
So, okay.
Hey, let's talk about. First off, now that Chris is here, I actually got a question.
This is where it gets. Anytime
I'm gonna sit back. I'll sit back and listen for a minute.
Well, no, I was just wondering, since Chris is from Kansas City with the barbecue with Zach Memphis, like if I don't know what barbecue is, what would you tell me is the difference between?
Great question.
He's gonna say one's good and one's not.
No, there is, because like Memphis is more about. Isn't Memphis just about the meats?
Yeah.
And then Texas is about the sauce, and then Kansas City is kind of like a mix of the two.
That's a good frame of reference. I think.
Good job, Chris. Great job. Yep.
Listen, I've had some
all better.
Barbecue.
Carolina is the only. I like the Carolina style sauce, but barbecue joints in Carolina, either north or south, I can't really dig on.
Where would you say a lot of the rubs come from then?
Rubs is Memphis.
Yeah. 100%.
Memphis is a dry rub place.
Yeah.
John, I don't want to know anything that you're thinking
Kansas
right now.
City.
Now, so the follow up here is: if we were cannibals, what would be the best barbecue to eat someone with?
Oh, well, you'd want a dry rub for sure because that meat's going to be super stringy.
You're just gonna skip over the question?
I love how you just play
if we
into
were
it.
cannibals.
Yeah. No,
I love that. Okay, they just need to start a podcast together.
Yeah, he rolled with it.
Like, what would Jeffrey Dahmer? He's rolling into Kansas City and Memphis. He just
rolling into Kansas
He just
City.
killed a grifter or nomad.
Yeah.
And he's looking for some rubs. What do you think he's buying?
Well, I don't know if you know this about Dahmer. He had specific tastes
He did.
when it came to the meat itself.
The meat was an issue. It had to be a certain kind of meat.
Yeah, he was into veal.
Yeah,
which was kind of an issue.
Yeah, young. He liked young meat.
We're having to cut a lot of this out.
No, this is staying.
Sure.
All this is staying.
my
We're here now. John got us here. Yeah, he was into veal.
Yeah.
And I think a veal just needs a little bit of salt.
And you got to pound it.
We need to get sponsored by a meat company or a barbecue sauce company or a rub company. Like,
Do you think KY
or the Wisconsin State Police. I don't know. Whoever we're going to get sponsored by.
Either way, we're going to owe money.
I do like barbecue KY sauce.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Why do you say the things that you say?
She's
First
like,
off-
is that Chipotle?
if you use a molasses-based sauce, it's a fine lubricant as it is.
and then
All right.
Chris plays into it. Jesus.
Yeah, that's he doesn't need help. I mean, he needs
yes.
help. He certainly needs help, but he doesn't need your help.
It's yes and. It's yes and. It's improv.
Dude.
It's improv.
Oh,
What is happening right now?
I don't know.
The molasses is good too because it'll help with allergies if it's a local molasses honey, and it'll make some fun. When it hardens up, you can make like those sugar babies or sugar daddies, like that caramelized. And then it's like a meal after the deed.
It's like this. It's the deed dessert.
Why?
All right, hold on. Zach.
It's a dude deed dessert.
All right, Zach.
Triple D.
I want to
What
make
up,
this
guy?
very clear, Zach. This was your idea to have both John be on this podcast and invite Porter on this. So this is your fault.
Listen, man.
I didn't know we weren't
wow.
supposed to say yes and. I thought we were just supposed to. Sorry.
Oh man. Okay. Well.
Where do you go
Anyway.
from here?
Anyway. Okay. I'll tell you this. So, I was FaceTiming with my son the other night, and he was in
Great
the bathtub.
segue.
And I said, "Hey," I always tell my kids to sit down in the bathtub. I'm like, "Hey, sit down in the bathtub," and I'll tell you why. So I was like, "Hey, man, sit down in the bathtub. Sit down in the bathtub." And he always goes, "Well, why? Why do I have to sit down in the bathtub?" I'm like, because it's not safe to stand up in the bathtub. So then I had to explain to him what happened to me when I was a child. Then it got me thinking about the situation that I was involved in that made me go, looking back now as a parent, I can't imagine that feeling, especially no cell phones, no internet, no way to get a hold of somebody. So if you look,
You and my daughter. Oh man, I can't. Go ahead. I'm
if you
listening.
look under my chin, there's a gap in my beard. Hold on.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah,
we can
all
see it.
Okay.
You don't know how to shave.
Yeah. for the last 25 years.
Just starts there. And,
For the last 31 years, I don't know how to shave. So when I was a kid,
you started shaving when you were 6?
yes. So I was a very hairy boy. I kept weirdos away though. They like the hairless ones, you know? So it's like, it's fine. So it was around Christmas time. My mom and her sisters, my aunts, were out Christmas shopping with my grandmother, and my dad was at our apartment watching me. Okay, I was in the bathtub. I had a VO5 shampoo bottle that I was singing into, but I had made bubbles in the bath and I did it myself. So the bottom of the bathtub was very slippery and I was standing up and I was dancing around. Well, I slipped, busted my chin all the way across, go to the hospital. Normal. My dad took me to the hospital. That's where you go. What I didn't happen to think about till I was an adult and had kids of my own was the fact that when my mom came home, no one's there.
Oh, just blood everywhere.
There's no note. There's fucking blood everywhere. My dad's gone. I'm gone. Like, what kind of fucking Dateline episode is this?
We left the Dateline theme song CD playing when we left.
Keith Morrison was sitting in the living room. He still looked 70 years old.
Just working out monologues for other episodes.
Dude, that's the thing is like, and that's why I always yell at my kids to sit down in the bathtub. And I'm like, I explained to them. And then as I was explaining to them, I was like, imagine what that looked like, dude. Blood everywhere. Bathtub. You 100% think my dad got murdered and I got abducted. That's where my mind, I feel like, would go.
So, were your kids sitting down after you told them?
They started sitting down, but they're still going to do it. And then until one of them's going to bust their chin and I'm going to come home and there'll be blood everywhere.
My
What
daughter.
is the age at which
Oh, no.
you don't shave or shower or like take a bath with your kids?
That's a good question. My wife has already stopped with Ollie
Okay.
because he's about to turn 5.
I know in Switzerland
Yeah.
and some of these places like the Netherlands and stuff, like there's people speaking
27.
Yeah.
They're breastfeeding till 18. Like,
Washing dad's back.
Right. At what point do you just start an open relationship with your child? Like, stop.
Yeah, my wife.
Hey, Mom, can you co-sign on my apartment after we're done? Thank you.
Mom, I got white rain in my eyes.
White rain.
So my wife stopped probably about 6 months ago because Ollie was starting to get a little inquisitive.
Be curious. Yeah, for sure.
Ollie was getting a little inquisitive.
Like, what's that? And what's that do?
Like, Daddy has one of these too.
Tits, yes, right now. You're right.
Good save.
No. So yeah, that was, and like for me, like I'm still like, I haven't really bathed with my kids in a long time. Like sometimes if I'm in the shower, they'll come in and be like, hey, we want to shower with you. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'll let him in. But like when Ollie was little, I'd shower with him all the time. He actually, I don't think Ollie took a bath after like, the initial like infant bath stage.
Yep.
When he was able to stand up on his own, I don't think he took a bath for the first 2 years of his life. Like he only took showers. Like he loved them. Now he likes both. I think he likes the bath because I'll put on the iPad and that's
play
like
and watch.
That's like one of the only times you can watch the iPad when we're not on the road. So I think he likes to do that and watch the iPad. But
Me and Zach only take showers.
yeah, together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, that's just because I'm too big to spoon.
yeah. By the way, dude, I went to the bathroom in his apartment the other night and I looked at the shower. I can barely fit my head under your shower head.
Yeah, no, it's.
And I'm 5'8" and you're 6'4".
I look like I'm doing a seance of some sort. Just in there.
Just trying to
So
wash his head,
the name of this podcast is Porter and Zach shower together.
Yeah, great. So anyway, so me, my kids and I were they'll jump in the shower with me or whatever. But so one time, I was in the shower. This is recent. I'll give you an Oliver story and an Avery story. I was in the shower and I was laying down. I had a migraine and I was laying down in the shower and I had like all the shower heads on, just kind of pouring on me. And I had a towel over my
Listening
face.
to Purple Rain.
Yes,
You were
100%.
waterboarding yourself?
No, the shower wasn't hitting me in the face. My head was
okay.
out of the water. Just my body was in the water, and I had a pillow. I had like a,
John wants to say so much right now.
I know. And he'll get his chance, I'm sure, or he'll
Yeah.
make it happen.
John's like, I waterboarded 100 people.
So I'm laying down. I have a pillow on my head. My son is Avery's in the bathtub with me. This is only like 4 months ago, so he's 2.5. So I'm laying there. Next thing you know, I didn't even see a cup in the shower. He had filled a cup up with water, just dumped it on my head. And like when I say it was like, okay, relax, like freaked me the fuck out. Like I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like I started laughing, obviously.
Yeah.
Wife
So
comes in.
your son tried to waterboard you.
And then Avery was like, where were you on September 14th?
Where's my ice cream? So then, and when Ollie was little, we were still at the old house. My wife had this like foot scrubber thing, like that women use. They have all those. Women have tools in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So she had one of these things, it looked like a foot, and it was like almost like the size of like one of those hand clapper things. So I'm in the shower with Ollie. Ollie's like 1.5. Eyes are closed, washing my hair. Dude, he whacked me in the dick.
Oh.
I actually posted an Instagram story about it, I think.
Oh God.
He whacked me in the dick. I'll find the pictures in a JR. He whacked me in the dick with this thing so hard.
Chris laughing at your pain is the best.
Dude, I screamed. I was like, what the fuck? And it was just it was flat and it was bendy. So like when it pulled back, it just got some action on it, dude. Just whacked me. It was so bad, man. It hurt so bad. So anyway, you should stop showering with your children at all times.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Go ahead. Go ahead, John.
Go ahead, John.
Oh, nothing. I thought that was a great topic. I said
That's all. You're not going to say anything to that?
I can't go after low hanging fruit. It's
All
literally.
he does is go after low-hanging fruit.
I think it's a great. I was just always curious because I know the people I shower with, like I have to sign consent forms and stuff, so I don't.
His girlfriend.
Yeah.
Do you get your card? Okay, you're good.
Hey, you know what? I was actually just watching Toddlers and Tiaras. I thought your girlfriend did a really great job on the last episode.
God damn it!
That was good.
Well, the thing I want to talk about. How about Lil Nas X blood Satan shoes?
That was a part of my news. So Paul reads the news right now, and let's talk about this real quick.
Paul reads the news.
I
Is it
doubt
because
it's
it's
Satan's blood.
Christianity?
I saw
Let's-
somebody
let's-
say that there was a tweet that was like Kanye West comes out as a Christian and says all these things about against abortion and people boo him. Lil Nas X comes out, takes a stripper pole down to hell and brings back blood from Satan to make shoes, and he gets cheered. And then someone just replied and goes, "It was pretend. He didn't really go down to hell."
Now, I guess, I didn't watch this, but I guess it's Lil Nas X like twerking on the devil, right?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
keep
no.
up. I don't keep up. I keep up with one Nas, and that's not the one.
Yeah, that's not the one. So the shoes
Working
will
on the devil
reportedly
sounds like a Miley Cyrus album.
Yeah.
yeah, twerking on the devil. So the shoes will reportedly contain 66 cc's of red ink and 1 drop of human blood in its sole. Other features of the infernal footwear are pentagram pendant over the laces and Luke 10:18 written on the side, a Bible verse about Satan's fall from heaven.
It just seems too pretentious this day and age to always one up the next artist.
It's a shock value thing, man.
It's also an ugly fucking shoe.
That shoe is hideous looking.
Like, give me a pair of Adidas that are made of like horse semen. Like, make something like impressive.
There he is. There he is, everybody. We waited all episode for him to show up.
Like
There
the
he
Kentucky
is.
Derby of just like sneaker semen. Just amazing. Just a great
Sneaker
it'd be
semen.
The Kentucky Derby of. That's the thing. I love that the pun he put together there. Kentucky Derby and horse semen, which is
Yes.
fantastic, by the way. I
sharp.
appreciate that.
Why are your brand new shoes sticking to the floor? Oh, they're the new Kentucky Derbies. They're-
Why did you ask Porter to
They're
come on here
covered
with
in
John?
horse
This is a
semen.
bad idea.
They're like, how hot? Yeah, I can't wear these shoes. They're built.
Hey, why are your shoes making that sticky noise to the floor? Oh, these are the thoroughbred sixes. These are my Clydesdale sevens, bro.
It's
Don't
weird.
don't step on them or your shoes will get gooey.
Like, is that the weirdest collaboration you've heard of?
The
That's-
Lil Nas X thing, yeah. I mean,
Now-
I get it.
Or just like blood with a shoe, or say I know the Slayer guitar had
Hold
blood
on.
in the guitar.
Hold on.
Kiss did the comic books back in the day.
Nike has come out and said, "Hey, we have nothing to do with this. Like, they're custom shoes. Like, we do not endorse satanic culture, anything like that."
so he bought a bunch of pair of like Air Maxes
and just getting
had
them
made.
customs. Yes. So Nike released a thing. We do not endorse this. These are not made like.
No,
what
they're too
people do
busy.
with their
They're
own
too busy
custom.
having their VPs.
But also,
son
where'd
buy
they
all the
get
shoes
the
for free?
Who's your blood guy? That's what I want to know.
It's
Where
a
you
lot of
get your
yeah,
blood
and
from?
blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It was the devil's blood.
Oh man, that would be pretty good though. Here's the thing though, like, why would if it's not a collab with Nike, why even do it?
Just a shot. I don't know.
Just a
I
shot.
don't, I
You
don't
know why?
try.
You know why? Because
like,
us four schmucks are on here fucking talking about it. That's exactly why. That's why
Zach,
they did it.
Next time Zach goes to the mall and goes to pay less shoes, he gets a little like size 4 for Ollie. He's like, "Can't put these on, son."
Yeah, I'm gonna put my blood all over him, which would be
Would you ever
great.
shop
By the way.
and
What'd you say?
you ever shop and pay less shoes?
Yeah, when I was a kid, because I couldn't afford.
I used to have to. We never had money, man.
My little brother's
get
calling me.
that.
My little brother's calling me right
What
now.
body fluid are in the Shinedown Jordans?
I'm not answering that.
It's Eric's urine.
Eric's urine, Barry's dread sweat.
A hair sample of Brent Smith.
Yep. And
It-
some spit out
Zach's,
Gatorade.
like, Zach has like these dried skin cells type thing in the sole.
Yeah, that's what they come off my face right here next to my nose when I get dry patches. Actually, that's what I scrape
Yeah.
them off with a cheese grater and just
The
put 'em in
eczema
there.
ones.
The eczema ones. Okay, Paul. So I don't want to bring this back up because your family's already very involved in what you do with your undercarriage now since we started talking about manscaping.
Yeah.
So I did it for the first time and like where I went all in.
You shaved. Full shave.
Full shave, baby smooth.
Smooth.
Baby smooth.
How much do you regret it?
I'm regretting it today.
You're
So-
itchy.
And also, here's my question. It's a little itchy, but here's my question. How come when you get rid of hair, dude, you sweat down there so much more? Mm-hmm. So why?
Doesn't the hair keep it cool?
You probably.
Like what do you mean, like vanity cool? Like vanity cool or like temperature cool?
Keeps it cool. Both, really. You're just sitting there with your dick mustache, just twirling it like some sort of weird villain.
Okay, so now that we have Porter here, Porter, what do you do for your manscaping?
Oh, we actually just talked about this.
We actually just talked about this on Chris's podcast.
I did trim it up, but I'm not like he goes full razor. I told him
So does Paul.
mine looks like
I have a guard.
Mine looks like someone weed eated, but they didn't mow. So like near the trunk, it's short, but then as you get further out, they're like, oh, they didn't finish this.
It started raining in the middle.
Someone ran out of 2-cycle.
Do you do it for like?
Scrotum looks like the jungle scene in Rambo 2 is what you're telling me.
I will not be able to get.
I don't know. I don't get the reference.
I don't get the reference.
How can you distinguish Rambos? I feel like they're just all one long movie where he's lost with a weapon.
My God, Zach.
Well, I watched Rambo Part 2 last night. That mud pit scene, I have never been more
Aroused.
turned on by an action movie in my life.
Zach,
Is that the leech scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. What, Paul?
we are never gonna get sponsors.
We're
on this
never gonna get
podcast.
sponsors. It's dude. I did Chris's podcast today, and they did like 3 minutes of ads for stuff, and I was like, "Oh, that's never gonna
Who's
happen." with us.
sponsoring you guys? Jesus.
We got a snack company out of Cleveland,
In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger, and Yamashira. What the beef bowl place?
Yamo be there
Yeah.
by Michael
You're
McDonald.
sponsored.
You had another one. I thought you had two.
Yeah, no, we had the liquid death,
yeah.
liquid death, and back attack snacks.
That's a good one. Okay.
Back attack snacks.
And like,
So-
we always make jokes about because they sell jerky and almonds and stuff. So like Andy always goes jerking off till you nut, and I was like, oh, we're never gonna keep this sponsor. And then I hung out with a guy that owns the company,
And they loved it.
and he made more jokes than we ever could have thought about doing. We're at a bar, like, hey, he'd be like, hey, you want to see my nuts? And then he'd throw a bag of them on the table.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That guy's never going to get a sexual harassment lawsuit. In the
Never.
history of ever. It's fine.
John, you look like you're just stewing on some stuff.
Yeah, he does. He's very pensive today.
I know. I'm terrified to ask, but I kind of want to know what you're thinking.
Everything's good. I'm getting the stuff I want to get off my chest.
Like hair. Could you get that off your chest?
And your back.
I went to my friend that I used to be in the government with. Actually went on a Bigfoot hunt this past weekend. Legit in Pennsylvania. Didn't find anything, obviously. I wanted footage.
I think that would have made the news.
Yeah.
I told him to get footage of him jerking off, and we don't have it yet. So
A
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot or your friend?
Damn. Yeah, of your friend jerking off.
He's like, I got enough footage
He's like,
of my
I was gonna
friend.
say, I got hours of that.
I got enough footage of my friend, guys. We're good.
It's like I got the archive in the other room.
Oh
This is
my
like
God.
is that a Chinese finger trap?
What would have been worse is if you were like, did you see Bigfoot? He was like, yeah, did you film it? No, I wasn't jerking off. You told me to only film it if he was jerking off.
He's like, I saw him though. He was sitting by the river eating fish. It was amazing.
He was listening to a Toby Keith record.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing is like, I got so many DMs about Bigfoot now that we've been talking about him on, and people are getting upset by some of the Bigfoot things we say because I think people are really into it. So like, they're like, I think someone got mad at me for said that we desecrated Bigfoot's name.
Stop.
I'm dead serious.
We're gonna get
I'm all
canceled.
for evolution, and I think that'd be really cool. I'm not saying he doesn't exist. What I am saying is he probably is an aggressive masturbator.
That's true.
Well, yeah, because there's only one of them. It's not like there's Bigfoot Tinder.
What if there was Bigfoot Tinder though? That would be great.
Well, according to my Hinge, Bigfoot would do real well on Hinge. Because, man, it's been a fucking parade of fours.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, so we were talking about dating apps earlier because I've never been on one of those things, so I don't know what they were. And like he was talking about Bumble. I had never even heard of Bumble.
You put your mercy in the charge of a woman because she gets to pick if she wants to fucking talk to your dumbass or not.
Yeah, which kind of
It's like being a princess.
kind
or
of
something.
cuts to the chase. I like it because it's like,
Coming back, Chris.
yeah. Luckily, John reached out.
Here's the thing. I don't. Here's the thing. That like, listen, men and women have enough ego.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Humans have enough ego.
Humans have enough
Especially the
ego.
ones I hang out with.
So here's the thing. Like that's like princess powers. Like, oh, you get to decide.
Oh, congratulations.
But that's better than you being like, "Hey, what up?" and they never answer back.
That's I guess.
So
That's
then
true.
you keep
'Cause I can't
messaging
imagine
them?
like
Yeah.
Like-
Did you get the last one when I said, "Hey, what's up?"
shout
40
out to
times
women.
ago.
Shout out to women though who are on those things, man, because like I can't imagine the barrage of creepy DMs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey baby. It's like the guys that we used to read creepy DMs on the show.
Oh,
We
I
gotta
had
bring back creepy DMs, by the way. People miss it.
What?
I've been
We
to
used to read creepy DMs. We would get
Oh,
girls
yeah,
to send
yeah.
us their DMs.
Oh,
from
no,
dudes, and we'd read them.
I thought you were being like, no, there just need to be more creepy DMs
There
out in
needs
the
to be
world.
way less
There
creepy DMs.
way less creepy DMs, but
Yeah.
send them to us so we can read them when
If you
get
do
'em.
get them, send them to us so we can actually read them. That would be amazing.
Please edit
So-
out all the penal pics.
That kind of leads into one of the other topics I was going to ask. What do
like
you
that,
think the worst breakup you can have? Now, before I go into this, I'm not talking like boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I think the worst breakup you can have is between like your barber or like your hairstylist or something like that, right?
And you? Well, you're asking John and Chris this,
All right.
who can cut their own hair.
First off, I pay good money for this.
Okay. That's because he lives in LA.
What's the worst breakup you can have? I feel like you go to a different bar, you have to like break up with your barber and you're going to another barber who doesn't fucking know you. They don't know what
that's
kind of haircut
scary,
you
yeah.
want. You gotta talk to them and act like you're fucking interested in their life. They have to act like they're interested in you.
I think dentist would be bad.
Yeah, I'm not trying to find a
yes.
new dentist.
Yeah.
I got Dr. Jenny and she's great.
And also
Shout
they
out Dr.
know
Jenny.
you're coming into it and they kind of know like your patterns. Like you're not coming to a new dentist and they're like, you don't brush real well. Yeah, asshole. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
dick.
well aware.
You should floss. It's like, yeah, I fucking know.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about buying a water pick? Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Thomas.
shoved
That's
my
why
last
I'm
one up-
here.
Yeah.
I'm here because I'm really shit at brushing my teeth.
Yeah.
And I need you to fix everything that I do wrong.
John, what do you think the worst breakup is?
I would say if you're a female, you have to go to like a new gynecologist.
You would think that. That'd be the first thing you
Oh,
100%.
So for dudes, it'd probably be
I know.
proctologist, right?
I mean,
Right.
I don't really go to those that often, I don't think.
Unless you want to, just for funsies.
you just go for funsies. I mean, you could do that too.
Tuesday night.
If they diddle it at a bar, you're experimenting. If they diddle it at a doctor's office, you're just getting a checkup.
We used to. There was always a joke that I would hear other bands say all the time. They go, "It's not gay if the bus is moving."
What?
It's not gay if you don't make eye contact.
That was
John,
a
what
rough
were you
tour
gonna
with
say?
Hoobastank, wasn't it?
That was a rough tour with Hoobastank. Here's the thing. So I'll tell you about my dentist. So I go to this my friend Dr. Jenny, but I feel weird every time I go in there because it's a kid's dentist.
Stop, Zach.
Come on, Russ.
I'm dead serious.
Hey, you want
Here's
a
the thing,
lollipop,
man.
little guy?
Dude, I have like trust issues with people. Like with any of my doctors, like we're on like a text basis. Like I ain't trying to like call your office and talk to you. Like I want to be able to get real time information. So
This bougie ass motherfucker.
my dentist,
Yeah, bougie.
My dentist works at a child's dentist office, and I'll just text her and go, "Hey, I need to come in and get a clean." She's like, "Yeah, come in." And it's like I feel like that part in Elf when he's like sitting down, like I'm waiting on all the kids at Santa Claus. He's like, "You waiting to see Santa too?" It's like I'm just like sitting there getting my teeth cleaned with like bubble gum, flavored.
Sex in the waiting room, like, hey, you gonna finish that copy of highlights? Or
I picture him sitting in a beanbag in the fucking waiting room, like just coloring, and they call him in there, and they have just like the whole galaxy thing on. He's like, "Ooh, that's cool!" Like
I'm tracing like a maze in Highlights magazine. I'm like, they're like Myers, and they're like looking at a little kid. I'm like, no, that's me.
That's me.
Where's your son? No, he's not.
No, I am Myers.
Also, by the way, my son doesn't even go to the same dentist.
He goes to an adult dentist.
He goes to a dentist in Wisconsin, actually, who did I'm 37. I've never had a cavity, but I cracked a tooth and I had to have a root canal. Dude, that was the worst pain I've ever felt.
So you were shaving when you were 6. You're still going to the kid's dentist now at 37.
Yep.
I'm learning a lot about you, Zach.
And he's still a virgin.
I'm still a virgin.
It's so weird how that works.
Despite the 2 kids. It's weird. That looked just like him.
Despite the 2 kids that look just like me. I was watching that Comedy Central doc, and there's a great Annie Letterman joke where she talks about that. And she's like, oh yeah, my friend said she lost her virginity. She still had her virginity because she had only had anal sex. And she's like, oh, that's not how it works. And she goes, no. She goes, no. And then she goes, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, no, you can't, you have to come. She goes, oh, well, I lost my virginity to a bathtub. She goes, oh no, it has to be another person. She goes, oh, well, I've never lost my virginity. That was a great joke. Yeah. So I go to a child's dentist. I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's fine. By the way, I've like my gag reflex is really bad, and they had to fit me for a retainer one time. So I imagine being like a little kid. Shut up, John. I don't want to hear anything you guys say. That's why I don't brush my teeth in front of Barry Kurt, just because when I brush my teeth, sometimes I'll be like, and Barry's like a sympathetic.
And Barry loses it.
Barry's a sympathetic puker. So if he hears any sort of like gagging or whatever, which I don't know what happens at home or whatever, but I don't know what's going on. Never mind.
What? What?
I immediately regret this decision.
You ever take off down the hill and you're like, I'm gonna fall. That's what just happened. It's literally what just happened.
It's too late to apologize.
Anyway, yeah, I go to a child's. So I was getting fitted for I had to have a retainer thing made, like a night thing that you put over your teeth. I don't know what they're called. Retainer?
A retainer, yeah.
Retainer.
Yeah, it was for my teeth. So
did yours have the Flintstones on it?
No, he was wearing his Ninja Turtle PJs.
It was a Batman thing. But I felt actually like a little kid because my gag reflex is so bad. I had to bite down on the foam or whatever it is, and they put it in my mouth, and I started like choking. Dude, and the lady's like, she's like, yo, man. She normally you could tell that she wears like kid gloves, and she's like, it's okay, just breathe through your nose, everything's gonna be okay. And like she does it to me, and I'm like, and she's like, hey bro, I got shit to do. It's my lunch break.
The 6-year-old did better than you.
She's like, yo, it's my lunch break, and you have a fucking beard. So can you not act like this is a problem right now? She gave me a lollipop and like a Frankenstein Band-Aid after. It was great.
They pat you on the head. Have a good day, little guy.
Good job, little buddy.
Here's your vampire teeth, spider rig, dry eraser, and get the fuck out of here, you psycho.
I want to know if anybody else goes to like a certain thing they shouldn't go to. Like, is there any like?
Yeah, there's a whole show about it. Chris Hansen hosts it.
Oh man, me and Chris Porter actually watched an episode of Chris Hansen while we were at my house. Think about that. Think about
that guy also had like a lot of confidence.
That was the pizza guy. He asked Chris Hansen if he wanted a slice of pizza.
I haven't seen this, so I'm gonna have to watch it.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
Okay.
Chris Hansen really does the Lord's work. That's really true. He's a great man who's done many great things, but there is a show of places where you shouldn't be. What I meant was, is there anyone that goes to like a pediatric doctor who's an adult?
No, just you, weirdo.
No, just you, man.
Just
you're the only fucking weird guy who still goes to their kid doctor.
The rest of us would be arrested on site.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like when I think back about that bathtub story. Now I'm like, oh yeah, this kind of probably looks weird from the outside looking in.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
you walk out of that waiting room and one of the wives is like, or one of the moms was like, "Is that guy from Shinedown?"
I mean, in all fairness, the rest of us are over 5'4", so.
That's fair.
That's hey, whoa, I'm 5'8".
Oh, sorry.
Shout out to Dr. Jenny though, who takes care of my teeth and gives me suckers when I'm a
We
good
should have
boy.
known when he referred to her as Dr. Jenny.
Yeah.
Like that should have been the first clue. My
John
uncle is my
Diary.
dentist, and I still call him Dr. Shortell in the office.
That's right, I do call her by her first name.
Fucking.
Such a kid thing.
I would have to send this podcast to her now.
Do they
Like,
make sure to have your favorite cartoons on when you show up?
yeah,
Your
like,
your parents have to sign off for you if they put
They
you
have
under.
reruns of He-Man playing in the lobby when I show up. Other kids in the lobby are like, "What the
don't
fuck
even know
is
what
this?
this
I don't even
is."
know what this is."
Is this hand
Like,
drawn? This is terrible.
Abacus.
I'm texting her right now, going, "We're talking about you on the podcast."
You're texting your dentist who's
Yeah.
Because you know he has to be able to text people.
I got to be able to text who it is. Hold on. You know what? Maybe I should try to call her. Hold on. Should I try to call her so we can confirm this?
dude,
She
what
writes
time is
back.
it
It's
in
not that we
Memphis?
don't believe you.
What?
What
She
time is
writes
it in
back, what
Memphis?
the hell is this?
I have no idea. I thought I blocked your number. Please stop.
How'd you get my number, little
texting
kid?
me.
But it's also 10 after 9 there. Doesn't you have to be in bed to wake up early to fucking service
Or,
other
yeah,
children?
Maybe. Hold on. I'm going to call her real quick.
Oh my god.
She's not going to answer the phone. She's not going to answer the
If
phone.
she says, "What's up, Zachy Poo?" I'm going to be super happy.
She answers the phone. Hey, what's up, Our Lady Peace?
What's up, Johnny Resnick from the Goo Goo Dolls? Oh, sorry. I thought you saved in my phone as a completely different number. She's not going to answer the phone. She's not even a real person. Anyway, I go to a kid's dentist.
I bet she would have answered Breaking Benjamin's call.
Yeah, but then he would have got a suit filed against him, so it's fine. Anyway,
Okay, anyways.
Paul, it's time.
You-
Read the
I mean,
news.
we already-
Oh,
we
hold on,
already
she's
took
calling me
one-
back now. Hold on. Hey.
Hey.
So I'm doing a podcast right now, and we were talking about the fact that I go to a child's dentist office, and I just needed you to confirm that it doesn't look as weird as I think it looks when I walk into a child's dentist office, and you are on a microphone.
Everyone thinks that you belong there.
Oh well, thank you very
Oh,
much.
she even said it like you're 9 years old. Everyone
It's
thinks
okay.
you belong.
Patience. No one even questions it.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you.
You're
All right, bye.
You play the movie The Goonies in the office for
They're
her.
probably super happy that the dentist knows Ed Sheeran.
Dude, so I don't know if I think I maybe told you this before, but I won't go to a restaurant. I won't go to a restaurant with my brother when there's a wait, because my brother Nick, every single time, we'll be like waiting there, and then like if he goes, there's like, yeah, I'll put our name in. Every time, like after 30 minutes, you'll be like, Sheeran, party of 5.
Yes.
Sheeran, party of 5. I'm like, dude, my brother Nick is the worst, dude. The worst. He does it every single time.
You know where they show Party of 5? Zach's dentist office. They show it in the waiting room.
Dude, Lacey Chabert was a babe back in the day, though.
She still is.
Is she?
Wasn't she on? She was on one of the first episodes of Ridiculousness, and
Oh, okay.
she was.
I think
Okay, well, that was filmed 15 years ago. That show's
right.
been on. I don't know if you know this, but they film 170 episodes a season for that
They-
show.
I think still looks good too.
They air 24 episodes a day on MTV.
You know what the worst part about that
Ridiculousness.
is? That means Chanel West Coast has like multiple houses.
I hate her.
What do you guys think? How do you think Shriek looks lately? Screech, whoever.
He looks.
He's dead.
Like he's
Didn't he
dead.
die? He just
Yeah,
He's
God.
dead.
He died.
John.
He looks like he lost a battle.
Oh,
with
we got to
cancer.
start paying JR now because all the editing he's got to do. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
he's gonna have to do a lot.
All right, Paul, it's time. It's been time. Please get me out of this, me talking about how I go to a kid's dentist. Read the news.
Paul reads the news. Paul reads the news. Yeah. Speaking of kids in general,
good.
Scholastics pulls children's book from Captain Underpants author.
Why?
Just another cancel thing. Scholastics has pulled a popular children's book written by the author of the Captain Underpants series for promoting passive racism.
What does that mean? What's passive racism?
It's racism is racism, right? Like,
real racism is racism, and that shouldn't be in a children's book. But
the
what's
publisher,
passive racism?
the
Passive
publisher
is where
announced
like you
that
say
it
a
will no
racist
longer-
word, but as you're walking by.
I think that's just more the literal term. But
That's just literally passing at you. Jesus.
What is the story?
So it's the publisher announced that it will no longer distribute Dave Pilkey's 2010 graphic novel, The Adventures of blah, 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 Kung Fu from the Future, saying it in a statement released last week that the decision had been made with the full support of the children's book author.
Okay, so he knows he like.
It's another Dr. Seuss thing, I'm assuming.
Well, if it's here's the thing. Here's the thing. No, guess you know who didn't care about the Asian things in Dr. Seuss books? Fucking Asians.
And I think this is the exact same thing. And I'm pretty sure it's with this
No Asian
book.
cared about anything in the Dr. Seuss books. There's a great Bill
It's
Maher.
not like Asians just showed up.
Yeah,
And
there's a great Bill Maher bit where he talks about how we're a silly people. He's like, you know who didn't get upset about Dr. Seuss books? Asians. Now, if there's something racist in the book, that's fucked up and it shouldn't be on
Correct.
shelves. But
Yeah, didn't this book get created like literally 10 years ago? Like, what in this day and age? Like, what's the why? Like, what's the example they're giving that's passive in here?
we got to really get Tom Brokaw to read the news because Paul doesn't really go into too much detail about things.
Because it just pisses me off. Like, I start to read it and I'm just like, dude, everything's canceled.
Yeah.
Like everything, dude. I want to go into something real quick. I'm surprised this hasn't been canceled yet, to be honest with you. I'm surprised Power Rangers hasn't been canceled.
Why is Power Rangers still on?
What?
No, but neither was Pepe Le Pew, right? And
Yeah.
people want to get up in arms about canceling that. Think about Power Rangers real quick. Think
Okay.
about everybody's color on Power Rangers based on what their race was. The Yellow Ranger was Asian. The Black Ranger was black. The White Ranger was fucking white. Like, you
Yeah.
can probably go down the line. I don't know what you would consider a green fucking Power
was
Ranger.
pink. The girl was pink.
There you go. It's
Was
racist
there a-
and it's fucking
Was there a
sexist.
Hispanic Brown Ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
want to
actually got
fucking
cut
cancel
after
Power
episode one,
Rangers
though.
now.
That's crazy. I never even really thought about that. I actually met the guy Tommy, the guy who played the White Ranger, or I guess his name was Tommy on the show.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's David Frank. He's the Green and White Ranger.
Yeah.
Yes.
I met him at a convention one time. He was actually really cool, and I forgot that I used to watch that show a lot as a kid. So
He's a badass. He's like a 5th degree black belt. He's like
a legit martial artist.
Like MMA stuff too. Yeah.
Sure, all very talented, but I'm surprised that will
you're
come up
right.
in the near future. I'm hitting this first. This is going to be canceled before you know it.
Well, wait! You just messed up a lot of people's residuals, Paul. You started this.
But also, what does canceled mean? I can still go watch Pepe Le Pew. You can
Yeah,
be
it's
as mad as you want about him.
Yeah, he's kind of right. Like you can cancel whatever you want. Like people canceled Morgan Wallen. He still has the #1 record in the country for the last 120,000 weeks.
Yeah.
My favorite cancel one was when somebody was like, "We're going to cancel Eminem."
Good luck.
People
they
were
did
trying
the-
to cancel Eminem back in '99.
They
You
did
see
the
how well
same
that
thing
worked
with-
out?
They did the Bill Burr thing on the Grammys too. It's like, listen, like you
Yeah.
can't. There's some people you can't cancel because they don't. If you don't listen, I've always said this: if you're not a racist or just a blatant asshole, I don't care what you do or say, like it, or a sexist or homophobic either. You know what I mean? That falls under blatant asshole to me. But
You're a piece of shit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't like what I found about this cancel culture thing is like there's some people that just don't subscribe to being canceled, and then you just can't cancel them. Burr's one of those guys. Like he's just like, yeah, whatever. I'll say whatever I want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My audience is gonna get it.
Exactly. And the people that are upset aren't watching a Bill Burr special anyway
They weren't gonna watch it anyway.
because
And
they
that's
don't like fun.
But that's the thing, to me, like, I think that both sides will argue and they're like, well, cancel, the one side will be like, well, cancel culture is bullshit. And then the other side will be like, well, no, it's not. It gets rid of people. I'm like, first off, it doesn't get rid of anybody. And then, but I think people have a giant misunderstanding about like, if you can be against cancel culture, but before people getting what's coming to them.
Yes.
Correct.
somebody like Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby. Okay, you're a shitty human. That's not, you didn't get canceled. You got what was coming to you. That's a difference. You finally got back what you did to all these people. I'm not saying Bill Cosby got raped, but he might have. He's been in prison for a minute. He's been in prison for a minute. He might have.
Yeah, that's a weird fetish, old dudes.
So I guess this leads into a good question. So tie Porter into this. Porter, do you, when you're writing like a new skit or new material, do you have to like take a step back and you're like, this is probably pushing it? Or do you just say, fuck it, man? Like,
yeah, that's usually when I know I'm kind of hitting the right thing. Yeah, I don't worry about them. That being said, I don't talk about politics during my set, but that's more about, I just don't want to polarize the room or give some extremist avenue to like fuck up the show. And a lot of that is also just like, this generation can't take a fucking joke anyway. Like, dude, when I came up and like I started in 98 and there were a bunch of political comics and they would roast the left, they would roast the right. No one got upset. Everybody had fun. And now it's like,
you can't do that.
You can't do that. Mark Norman does it pretty well.
Louis Black still does it.
He'll do a Trump joke, and like we were in Nashville, he did a Trump joke. It got weird. He goes, "Hey, I'm gonna get both sides," and went right in and did thing. And it's as long as you're back and forth, but
Right.
yeah, I don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think that like you said, like there's a fine line. Most comics I know have found, here's the thing. When you're in a comedy club, to me, everything should be safe.
Yes, agreed.
It's a comedy room.
You're going there for a laugh despite what it may be.
Doesn't matter. Somebody with a blog takes it out of context, takes it out of the situation that it was in, and just puts it on paper, and all you see is the words. It looks offensive. To me, it's the last great stand. Stand-up comedy is the last great thing that's kind of keeping us from that, just falling into this dystopia. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's why it's so important to me. And I've always been a big stand-up comedy fan, and I'm friends with Chris, and we're both friends with a bunch of stand-up comics. And I think
that's
for
why
me, like, go ahead,
Zach. No. I was just gonna say that's why I like Chappelle a lot, because Chappelle he was the first person to have his own special and everything. But that's what I liked, because he didn't target one race, he didn't target one sex, he went for everybody. Like nobody was safe.
Eric and I were talking about him last night, though, like, because Eric is obsessed with writing, so he actually wants to sit down with Chris and kind of see how Chris writes and see how all these other comics write. And then we're talking about like comics who don't really write anymore. It's like Chappelle doesn't really write anymore. I mean, sure he does, but like you can also tell the nights that he gets on stage and he didn't write anything.
Yeah,
because he's that good. But he's also on another planet, man. Like that guy is.
Yeah,
he's figured out. He's like unlocked this weird key, man, where it's like his mind works as this kind of conduit.
I mean, he's the Hendrix of comedy.
Yeah.
In the way that he's changing everything. And you're also like, when he's done, those of us that are also guitar players of comedy, we look at our guitar and go, how do you make it do that?
Yeah. Well, how do I do whatever the fuck he does? And I'm sure it's incredible.
That being said, Chappelle's done some things where everyone's like, that's so great. And then I watch it, I'm like, I don't see it's fine, but I don't see the fucking greatness in it.
Yeah.
What else you got, Paul, for news?
Hold on. John, what are you doing?
Nothing.
I thought he fell asleep.
He's watching
I'm like, he hasn't said much this whole episode.
I was listening.
He's not talking a lot this episode. Here's why. We need to get John to say just a couple more normal things to fill these episodes out.
Maybe that's what he doesn't know what normal shit to say anymore.
He doesn't know how to say anything normal.
No, I do think it's a very fascinating thing how comedians. Well, I think with 2020, I just don't want to deal with even musicians too when you go out to festivals and stuff where they'd be like, oh, but the pandemic this, like there's. I don't want to see a comedian just talks about 2020 nonstop.
Yeah.
Like who gives?
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm trying to get away from 2020 as much as I can mentally.
No, on stage, I
didn't have anything else for the news. I had the Nas X thing and the Mr. Captain Underpants and any rant that John was going to go off on, but I'm surprised he doesn't have literally anything.
Well, there's nothing to rant on right there. I mean, that's just a good topic. I mean, I hate it, but
anyway, Ladies and gentlemen, today our special guest has been Mr. Chris Porter. Give it up for him.
Applause, applause, applause.
And we will be back next week. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast everywhere you get the podcasts, everywhere they stream into your phone. Also, go to the YouTube, subscribe to that, please. That would mean a lot to us. We appreciate it. We are here again another week with no sponsors because of John Guarnieri, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for John.
Yeah, applause.
The main
applause,
reason
applause.
we don't have any sponsors. And
I'd also like to add that possibly now you admitted that you only hang out in a child's dentist office. That's probably going to hinder our our reach. For Highlights Magazine, we can no longer do word searches or fucking mix and match games.
This dental pedo over here.
I'm obsessed with child teeth.
Just mail them to me.
This episode is now called Child Teeth, ladies and gentlemen.
Have you seen that movie with Elliot Page, whose vagina has teeth on it?
No, what?
That's vagina dentata. That's kind of a real thing.
Yeah, I think it was called Teeth or something. Wasn't it her where she has teeth on her vagina? Yeah, no, I'm being dead serious.
Yeah,
Where do you find these fucking movies, John?
Dude, I'm telling you, that was like a really artsy movie. Came out like 5 years ago, but I think it was Elliot Page or whoever she was or he was at the time. But it's actually a really trippy. Chris, look it up.
I'm looking it
but
up.
I think she had teeth on her vagina.
Okay. With that being said, I wanted to cover one more thing before we end this whole thing.
Yeah,
it blows my mind that in these crazy ass times, people are listening to us and they're like genuinely like, yo, this made my entire week. Like this made my day. And I sit back because like I take it like I love being able to just sit here and bullshit with you guys. But the fact that people legitimately love this podcast and they're like, this made my entire week. I'm like, I mean, cool. Like,
yeah, no, it is cool.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange that like people, I think you know what you're talking about. You're talking about the 2020 thing. I think it's people can kind of get away from their own reality. Mm-hmm. You know,
It's Jess Wexler is an active member of her high school chastity club, but when she meets Toby, nature takes his course and the pair answer the call. Then suddenly they learn she is a living example of the vagina dentata myth. Teeth, a 2007 movie.
Oh man, 07. I bet that was good. We should do a watch party with that. Anyway.
Oh, 100%. We'll bring your dentist in and your weird fetish.
Gilbert Gottfried is the voice of the vagina.
Stop.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was like, wait, what? You had me.
I get you.
The voice of the vagina is actually Nick Cage's character in Con Air.
Stop it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for Paul, for myself, subscribe to the podcast. Check out Seemingly Unknown Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And hope we will see you next week. We are going to set up the Patreon hopefully this week. Hopefully we'll get it set up. And we need to make an email address. We've been talking about getting an email address for Life Advice. We've been talking about this in episode 2. We need to get that, and we'll get that together. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you to Chris Porter for being here with us today.
Yeah, Chris.
And we'll see you next Sunday. Easter. Oh, no. We record this on Sunday. That was stupid to say. We will see you next Wednesday. Right?
See you, nerds.
Later, nerds.
Later, nerds.